heard it on Facebook. I've heard it on YouTube. People desperately asking, where is the pose master? Where has he gone? He's left us without any trace. Well, baby, I'm here. And I'm going to give you 3 poses today. I can't give you the best. If I gave you the best, I'd be out of a job. But I'm going to give you 3 damn good poses today. So sit back, grab your little Zaku one, and let's go ahead and get into the poses. Okay, so the first pose we're going to go ahead and put him in, I'm just going to keep the shield and the machine gun on him, and we're going to pull off a pretty nice pose. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I chose this pose mainly because I just wanted to use something with the shield. It's just really rare for Zakus to even have a shield, so I figured something kind of like him being more evasive. I don't know, I like the whole evasive look. Some mobile suits I have are kind of in that. Just because I think it adds a different kind of element whenever people are posing their Gundams, or mobile suits for this matter. Mainly because people always go for the offense, always offense. You know, sometimes you may have to avoid some of the missiles, or you're avoiding a shot or something like that. So I think this one just kind of like, it really shows the emphasis of, hey, you know, the Red Comet, you know, may need to dodge, but at the same time that he's dodging, he is also guarding his mid-torso. So he's really trying to prevent any kind of hits, you know, direct hits to the cockpit. Looks pretty good, and I'm actually pretty happy about the way that you can actually plug in the stand. You can plug it right in the back of there. It doesn't actually say anything in the manual whether that is, you know, supposed to be accurate or not, because it does come with a little peg, but this is not compatible with this stand, so you may have to result in using this instead of this kind of stand. But that's pretty much about it, so let's go ahead and move on to the next pose. So here is the second pose. Now the reason I chose this pose in particular is mainly because if Char lost his shield, and if he lost his machine gun, and pretty much any other weapon that is mid or long range, he wouldn't stop. He would not stop attacking until he would gain the victory, or the only time I would see him stopping is if he knew that it was a more strategic plan to pretty much retreat due to the fact that he doesn't want to lose more men if he doesn't have to. Because Char is a great leader, so he definitely wants to take the helm of the battle, and he'll go charging in, and probably hoping that that's going to cause inspiration for his other comrades and all of his his troops. He wants them to be inspired by his actions. So if he lost all of his main weapons and all he has is a Heat Hawk, you best believe Char's going to go into that battle determined to go ahead and ensure a win, or maybe even cause the enemies to retreat. So that's why I really like this pose, and it's something I would really like to have. Maybe not with Char, maybe with like one of the TriStar mobile suits, because those are amazing suits as well. But I really do like this pose. So it's fairly easy to mimic, especially if you have an action base that I think is like this, because if you have a normal action base, you're really not gonna be able to pull it off as easily. But this one definitely allows you to go ahead and basically just have that kind of running stance. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the third and final pose. So our final pose is Char shooting from the side. I'm just pretty much imagining him being kind of like a normal stance right here, shooting, but then he ultimately, you know, thrusts his legs over like that, and then shoots down to the side and just shoots at an angle. That's the kind of image I had in my mind. So you could definitely get this probably in a better angle, so that way that scope is pretty much aligned with the eye, like so. But overall, I love diagonal poses like this, especially when it's like shooting, or maybe it's like blocking with the beam saber or something like that. But overall, I think this is fantastic. I love this pose, and I do believe this is probably gonna be the pose that is gonna be 100% on my shelf. I don't really, you know, see any other pose that's gonna, you know, be better than this one. But overall, I do like it. This kit as a whole, you know, when just talking about posability, this kit is fantastic, and I do recommend you picking this one or any kind of Origin Zaku variant up, because they are just amazing kits to build. Great detail. In some aspects, it really does feel like, I'm not gonna say 100% like a real grade, but maybe like a more miniaturized master grade. You know, because it doesn't have like all the, you know, great details as a real grade, but it does have a lot of decals and a lot of great posability and some gimmicks that as a older, like semi-older master grade would have. So this high grade is definitely just tiers and tiers ahead of any of its other high grade counterparts, you know, pretty much non Origin. So any other Zaku I don't think can really compete with a Zaku from the Origin series, and I would probably say especially the Zaku 1, because it doesn't have a lot of things that's going to get in its way as far as the pipings or other shield. It's a fairly simple Zaku, and definitely appreciate this kit. And I would just like to pick up the other variants of Zaku 1s as well as Zaku 2s. So that's it, guys. You know, definitely thanks for watching. If you do enjoy these pose videos, please, you know, drop a little comment and a like, and definitely ring that bell if you want, you know, to be updated and notifications on any videos I do drop. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Are you looking? What the fuck are you looking at, asshole?